What's up, friend? If you're watching this video, it's probably because you went to your favorite streamer, subscribed and asked what's the best crystal setup for a sword, but you likely weren't happy with the answer, so here you are. Fear not, as today I will explore all the best crystal setups you can have on the class. Today's video is sponsored by Kiko. So let's start with the balanced one, probably what most people are gonna end up using. So let's assume what is like a soft cap-ish. Alright, so let's assume this is your build. I'm gonna also be using this as a template for the PvE one and for the glass cannon one, because you don't really care about what items you have. But for the endgame one, I'm gonna be using a different one. So let's start from the helmet. On the helmet, for the balanced one, we probably want to run Hooms. And we will be running Hooms together on the boots for the full effect. For the full set effect. Now, why are we running Hooms? This is, by the way, for both Succession and Awakening. Doesn't really matter which spec you choose. Early on in the game, DR is extremely strong. DR is a lot better early on compared to Evasion. So up until 310 DR using big and shiny tests, we see that DR is definitely the way to go early on. This complements the build really well. Even if you decide to go for Evasion helmet and Evasion boots, I would still recommend going for Hooms for kind of everything. I mean, everything they give is extremely good. We get the accuracy, we get DR. It's just really good value from this. Now in the chest, so this is for the balanced build. In the chest, we're gonna be using these crystals a lot. We'll be running double special evasion crystal. Now, trust me on this one. BDO is a weird game. But yes, a blue crystal that you probably buy from, what, like 90k on the marketplace is the best in slot crystal for chest in almost every occasion. Special evasion has nothing to do with actual evasion. This nullifies the multiplier, so crits, down attack, you get the idea. All those stuff, they get nullified. So this is by far one of the best crystals in the game, really. You don't need a Garmouth to run this. Garmouth just makes it even better. I would recommend going for this. The bags, for the bags, I mean, we'll be running this on almost every single build. Double Gene Viper. Even Succession is accuracy starved in a way. Not as much as Awakening, but you do need accuracy. On the offhand, Corrupted Crystal. For both PvE and PvP, this is just for straight up damage. For main hand, so this is the balanced one, okay? I mean, this maybe could be too expensive, but you know, if not, just run the precision ones, which are really cheap, but get the Elcars as soon as possible, and that's it. This is pretty much the entire set. We have double Hooms, special evasion, Gene Viper, Corrupted, and Elcar. So this is for the balanced one, which is what most of you probably will run. Now let's get into the full PvE one. So this is, the next build is strictly, do I do too many hand gestures? I mean, I'm Italian, so the PvE one is gonna be very different, and this is gonna be for PvE only players. So with this build, you're not gonna do much damage in PvP. It's gonna be absolutely awful, but you'll be slapping in PvE. So for the helmet we switch the Hooms with Macalods, double Macalods in here. This gives us the AP, stamina, which is always decent in PvE, going from pack to pack. Accuracy actually helps in PvE, and combat experience, which of course you kind of want that. Now you don't really need special evasion on a full PvE build. You just want as much DR as possible. Now it depends where you grind. As I said, you just want to maximize the DR. So really, double Gene Copy, either RBF or Gene Copy are both fine. Now on the gloves, we won't be using the Gene Vipers, we'll be using the Dark Red Fang Valor. Now Valor gives us AP, which, especially if you grind with Succession, you don't need that much accuracy. Especially if you're running, I mean, we get accuracy from Kutum, we get accuracy from Bag. You just want to maximize the DPS. You don't need that much accuracy. Again, these are completely trash for PvP, but these are likely best in slot for PvE. On offhand, we'll be keeping this on every build, I think. Corrupted our best in slot in PvP and PvE both. And main hand, same logic as the gloves, we just want AP. We're just gonna be slapping the Karma, Jin Karma. These two bad boys give us extra AP, and that's kinda all we want, really. And this is the PvE only build. Again, you're gonna suck in PvP if you run this. But if all you care about is maximizing your grind speed, this is it. So next, I'll move to the Glass Cannon ret build. So if you feel like being a ret, it's really easy. It's really straightforward. You just want the full RBF set. Well, not exactly the full RBF set. You want RBF on helmet, you want RBF on boots, RBF history, and not adamantine. Adamantine give you CC resistance. On the main hand, you still want the Elcar. Believe it or not, you still do need accuracy. On the bags, same thing, you still need accuracy, so we'll be running double Jin Viper in here. Offhand, we keep the Corrupted, as per tradition. And here there's a debate, I guess, on what you want to run. In my opinion, if you want to commit to the red codes, you need to fully commit. So I would say red battlefield on the chest as well. If you feel like you're way too squishy, well, just get more DP, right? Or switch to special evasion. But I think, yeah, the full red is pretty much just, I would say RBF on chest, helmet, and boots. And then accuracy on main hand and gloves. Just because of the value of these crystals that give us so much accuracy that we would otherwise not get from anywhere else. Now for the end game build. For this one, we will take into consideration something that is currently, as of this video release, not in the game, but will arrive to NA and EU, hopefully somewhat soon, which is these two gems here. Names are probably bad translations. So what these gems are gems for the Dandy, something that people probably wanted for a long time. They finally did it. And these gems give us 3 AP and 5 human damage, or 3 AP and 5 monster damage. The Dandy slots will be unlocked by merging a Garmoth Heart. I'm not 100% sure of the dynamics, but I know you need a Garmoth, and you have to slap it into your Dandy, and it gives you 2 slots in it. So these 2 crystals, I would say the monster damage one is clearly the best in slot if you wanna just be a PvE player, even if you're on Succession, because these effects will apply to your Succession skills. But if you're a PvP player, or if you overall do both PvE and PvP, you do not want this one, and I'll explain why in a second. So let's assume that we have an endgame build. Let's fast forward to the future by cuddling Kiko. Alright, so we are back. This is what an endgame build would look like. In my opinion, I'll probably make a video on why I think this is the best endgame build. But anyway, this is probably what you're working with if you're pretty much in the endgame. These 2 crystals are a constant. We want the Elcar on main and the Corrupted on the offhand. Now I'll do the same thing as before from top to bottom. On the Heave, we want Harfia, Jin Harfia, double Jin Harfia. The reason why we want double Jin Harfia, it's because this allows us, with every buff included, self buffs, consumables, etc., to go above 600 evasion in PvP, which is not insanely high, 600 at this point in time, but it is decent. You don't want to be tanky as a Sorc. You don't need to be tanky, but hitting this specific number will help you quite a bit. On the chest, special evasion. As I say, this is probably one of the best crystals in the game. I wouldn't trade this for anything, really, on the chest. Gloves, Jin Viper, 100%, pretty easy pick here. Corrupted. What's a bit different compared to what a min-max build would be now? Because again, keep in mind, this is considering the 2 slots in the Awakening weapon. What I would run, personally, on my endgame build is 2 Hooms on the boots and 2 Hooms on the Dandy. Because yes, you can run Hooms on the Dandy, unless they fix that. or they change that in the near future, but currently you can. And what this allows us is to hit two very important defensive brackets. We'll be hitting 600 plus evasion, and we'll be hitting 310 DR. Because remember, Sorc has an insane amount of DR with self buffs and in the passive. So by running Hums on boots and Dandy and running Harfia on the helmet, we're hitting some really nice tanky stats, while at the same time, of course, dealing a truck ton of damage because we have a lot of accuracy, we have a lot of AP, and it's pretty much, in my opinion, the perfect setup for the class. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. I usually answer even months after the video is published. Me and Kiko, thank you again for watching the video. Smash a like, subscribe, you know what to do. You're a gamer, and see you next Wednesday or on the stream. Kisses.